Welcome and thank you for joining me for this Total Gym beginner workout. We're going to start our workout with a dynamic warm-up. So let's start with our feet a little past hip distance, and we're just going to stretch from side to side. You feel that nice stretch down the side of your body. Just moving left to right. Make sure you're breathing. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to go ahead and do some twists. Just twist at your waist from side to side. Try to keep your hips pointing forward. So we want to be turning at our waist and not moving our hips wildly either. Make sure you're breathing. Now let's go ahead and do some side lunges. Just going to stretch out your inner thigh. And just use your Total Gym to keep your balance. Stretching or lunging from left to right. If you don't need the assistance, you can lift your hands off the Total Gym and just keep lunging left to right. We'll do one more. Now let's get our heart and our cardio going. So just gonna do some side steps and cross your arms across your chest. I like to call these booty kicks because I want you to be kicking your booty with your heel. So get your heel back there and kick your booty. Make sure you're breathing. You can just breathe at a natural pace. If you're just starting out, just breathe normally, but just make sure you're not holding your breath. Just do this for a few more seconds. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Total Gym. So straddle your glide board, push your glide board up the rails and take a seat towards the bottom of your glide board, and then place your feet on your squat stand. Let's bring our feet up towards the top of your squat stand. And we're just gonna start out with some giant circles with our shoulders, with our arms, to warm up those shoulders, lubricate your shoulder joints. And when you're doing this, I also want you to extend your fingers out. So many times we're like gripping things, gripping our steering wheel, gripping our phones, so it's nice to just extend our fingers out. If you haven't done so already, reverse your circles. You can just alternate kind of back and forth between the two. And then I'm just going to cross my arms across my chest, kind of like what we were doing with those booty kicks. Now I want to stretch out my glute and my outer thigh, so I'm going to pull one knee in towards my chest. If you want to, you can also curl up, lifting your head and shoulders off the glide board. While I'm in this position or this stretch, I'm also going to roll out my ankles. Go ahead and change directions with your ankles. And let's place the other foot down. Pull the other knee in towards your chest. Stretch out your glute and the side of your legs, and roll out those ankles. Now we'll end the warm-up with just a few squats. So have your head and shoulders supported by your glide board. You can cup your fingers at the bottom of your glide board. Just make sure you don't extend them down. And we'll just go into a nice deep squat. We won't go real fast here. We're just warming up, lubricating our joints. Try to squat down as far as possible. Keep your tailbone pressed on your glide board. You may have to just have a very slight arch in your lower back to keep your tailbone on the board. If you find yourself lifting your tailbone, you just don't go down as far in your squat. And let's go ahead and turn our toes out. And we'll go into a sumo squat. Make sure you're activating your glutes as you press away. pressing through your heel. Put your mind to the muscle so you can feel that activation of your glutes when you push away. All right, that's our warm-up. We're gonna go ahead and get started on the workout. All right, welcome back to the workout. For this workout, we're going to do one set of each exercise. We're gonna aim for 12 to 15 reps of each exercise. We're gonna start with squats, so have your glide rail set up at a higher level. I've got it at 11, and I also have your wing attachment attached to the top of your rails. Let's go ahead and get into position. We're just gonna start with a double leg squat. So I'm gonna have my feet up towards the top of my squat stand, and I'm gonna be pushing through my heels. We're gonna do 15 reps. I'm at 12. Make sure you're pushing through your heels. Feel that activation of your muscles. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go into a single leg squat. So place one foot into the middle of your squat stand and put the other leg straight out in front of you. We'll do 15 of these as well. 10, 9, go as deep as you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to put the other foot on the foot stand, and if you need to, if you can't hold your leg out straight in front of you, you can bend at the knee and place your heel on the bottom of the glide board. Twelve, 11. Make sure you're keeping the mind to the muscle. You're feeling that activation. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're gonna go right into the pull-up. So for this exercise, I'm just gonna lower my glide board just down a couple levels. Make sure my safety pin is in place. Lay prone or face down onto your glide board and grab the handle of your wing attachment. And we're gonna go for 15 reps. Pull your elbows, lead with your elbows. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to go into hamstring curls. I'm going to lower my glide rail down just a little bit. Get into position. Pull your glide board up the rails. Take a seat towards the top of your glide board. Grab the handles and place one foot in at a time. So for this exercise, make sure you are pushing down into the pad with your heel. We're at 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take a second and just feel that nice decompression of your spine. You can Okay, just stretch out here, engage your core, roll up, grab your handles and take one foot out at a time. From here, we're gonna go on to our cable rows. So I'm gonna take out my wing attachment, hook your pulley to your glide board, grab my handles, take a seat down, go ahead and cross your cables, and we're gonna do 15 rows. Make sure you're pulling your shoulders back. You can kind of feel your shoulder blades pinching together. Gaze up towards your tower. I think we're at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go into a bicep curl next. So extend your arms out in front of you with your palms up. Make sure you keep your elbow in the same position throughout the exercise. Sit up nice and straight. Engage your core so you can sit up nice and straight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, next we're going to go on to the oblique twist. So for this one, I like to lower it down. I think I'm going to go at like a level 4. Put my safety pin in place. For this one, you can take a seat on your glide board or you can kneel, and you can either use one or both handles. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use one handle. I'm gonna use the handle behind me. Grab the handle with the hand furthest away from your tower. Cross your legs in front of you. Twist towards the tower. And let's go 15, 14, 15. Make sure you're seated nice and tall. Keep your handle in line with your chest, in the center of your chest, so it's moving with you. I've lost count. I think we're at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the other side. For this one, I'm going to actually go into a kneeling position. I prefer that. I feel like I get a better activation of my core. Again, grab the handle with the hand furthest away from your tower and place your other hand over that. Twist towards the tower and then twist away. Are you breathing? Make sure you're breathing. Got 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, from here we're going to go into our chest press. So I'm going to raise up my glide rails again. Let's see. I'm going to go up to a level 9. Put my safety hitch pin in place and grab my handles. Make sure I have one handle in each hand, and then take a seat towards the top of your glide board. You can have your legs extended straight out in front of you or bent at the knee. I'm gonna go for 15, 15, 11, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, that was a little high. Next, we're going to go into a front pullover. So we're just going to pull the glide board up the rails, take a seat toward the bottom of your glide board, roll back, and extend your arms above your head. And we're just going to pull our arms over, down towards our hip. This is 13, 12, 11, 10. And if this is too hard for you, you can actually just go more into like a tricep pull. So just pull down and then bend at the elbow. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's keep our arms down at our side. Lift your head and neck off the glide board, and we're just going to go into some ab curls. 15, 8, 1. And our last one. All right, let's go into some tricep work. I'm going to lower the glide board down. We're going to be lying prone or prone, face down on your glide board. Place your chest towards the top of your glide board. Cross at your ankles. Let's extend out. Make sure you're really squeezing your tricep. 12. Make sure you're keeping your shoulders down and not scrunching up towards your ears. 7, 6, 5. Make sure you're breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's come up. Now we're going to go into our shoulder press. So detach your pulley from your glide board. We're going to take off our squat stand. Set that aside. I'm going to attach my two-piece wing attachment towards the bottom of my glide rails. The handle should be angled away from you. Gives you a little chance to catch your breath as well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it set where it's at. Lie face down on your glide board. Have your chest towards the end of your glide board. And let's cross at our ankles and push away for 15. Press your hips down into the glide board so you're not arching your back. 10 there. 9, 8, 7. Make sure you're breathing. 2 more. And 1. Okay, from here we're going to go into a core extension. So I'm going to kneel towards the end of my glide board, keep my hands on the wing attachment, and I'm just going to press my legs out and move the glide board up the rails. Make sure you're using your core or your abs to pull that glide board in. Curve and use your abs to pull that glide board in. I think we're at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that's all your exercises for the workout. Let's go into a cool down. All right, hope you had a great workout. Let's go ahead and cool down. Let's attach your pulley to your glide board. Grab your handles, sit down towards the middle to the bottom third of your glide board, and we're just going to use those pulley handles to just stretch out your low back. This should be a full body stretch. You can just gently go back and forth, and each time you can just go a little deeper into the stretch. Make sure you're breathing and relaxing, slowing your heart rate down. You can point your feet toward or point your feet out while you're stretching, and then flex your foot back in to get a fuller stretch on the back of those hamstrings. This feels really nice. Okay, from there, let's go ahead and release your cables, detach your cable from the glide board. I'm also going to remove the wing attachment from the bottom. I'm gonna put the squat stand back on. Let's just go ahead, take a seat towards the top of your glide board, and let's just stretch out your shoulders. So cross one arm across your chest. Make sure you're seated nice and tall. Straighten up your back. And then bring the other arm across. Seated nice and tall. I'm going to go ahead and stretch out my triceps, just pushing one arm back, pushing on the elbow. And then the other side. Let's extend our legs straight out in front of us and actually bend one leg and cross it over the other and just twist towards the tower. Make sure you're seated nice and tall and just rotate and twist. All right, let's do the other side. Twist towards the tower. Okay, let's go ahead and pull, stand up, push your glide board up the rails, take a seat towards the bottom of your glide board. Let's go into a figure 4 stretch. So bend one knee and place the ankle across the other knee and just sink down into that stretch. You should feel a nice stretch on your outer thigh and your glutes. The deeper you go, the more stretch you'll feel. You can actually also just put a little pressure on your knee while you're in that stretch. I also put a little pressure on my foot as well. Let's go to the other side. It's a nice stretch in your glute and your outer thigh. Okay, next I want to stretch out our quads. So I want you to keep your legs extended and then turn to your side. And take your top leg, bend it, and kick it into your hand. And we're going to stretch our quad. So to feel the stretch in your quad, make sure that you're activating your glute muscle and just press your hip forward a little bit. That'll help you activate that muscle. Let's go ahead to the other side. Carefully roll to the other side. Take that top leg, kick it into your hand, and activate or squeeze that glute muscle to release your quads. Let's end with some hip flexor stretches. So I'm going to place one knee on the glide board and place the other foot towards the end of my glide rails and just press that leg out so I get a nice stretch along my hip flexor. Let's just hold it for a few seconds. Feels great. Now I want you to twist your body towards that bent knee and get a nice stretch up off along that whole side of your body. Let's bring the glide board back down and go to the other side. Extending out, feeling that nice stretch in your hip flexor. Let's twist across your bent knee. And actually, let's just finish off with some low back stretches. So you're just going to kneel at the bottom of your glide board. You might have to push it up the rails just a little bit. And I'm going to go into a child's pose. This helps release your low back. And then let's finish with a cat and a cow. Bring your glide board all the way to the bottom. Kneel on the glide board. And we're just going to go into a cat-cow. So this is the cow and this is the cat. Just extending and stretching through your back, your mid-back, your low back, your upper back. Push away when you're in that cat pose. All right, there you go. Thank you for joining me for the Total Gym Beginners workout. I hope you enjoyed it.